Our coverage of the 11U Cal Ripken World Series is made possible by Blue Crew, for all of your umpire needs. Pulse Technology, leading the way in technological innovation for over 70 years. Strack & Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn. Visit Michigan City LaPorte. Closer than you think, better than you imagine. Ironworkers Local 395. Proud to be union. Crowell Insurance Company, the insurance superheroes. Bricklayers Local 4. The best hands in the business. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made. Diamond Plate Eatery and Pub. Eat, drink, play. IBEW Local 697. Proud to support high school sports. American Testing Services. America's trusted name in NDT. Public Bar and Rec. Make it public. Station 21 American Grill. Eat, drink, relax. You're watching the 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to live video coverage of the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network. We come to you today from Jerry Ross Park in Crown Point, as it is the group stage, as the host team, East Side, out of South Bend, takes on the visiting Unionville Lightning in the midday stages of this group pool play here at Jerry Ross Park. I'm Leo Stauder, and I'll be handling the play-by-play for today's broadcast. We see both teams being introduced on their respective baselines. East Side in the white uniforms on the third base side, and Unionville in the navy blue uniforms on the first base side. We will join the PA announcer for the playing of the national anthem. Then we'll get you the lineups and more on the other side, so stick around.
Stands if you're able, remove your caps for the Babe Ruth pledge and our national anthem.
There was the national anthem. Now we're one step closer to playing ball here at Jerry Ross Park. So let's meet the starting lineups for both teams. Starting with the visitors from Unionville, Pennsylvania. Their lineup from head coach Jeffrey Dye looks like this. Nathan Dye will be the starting pitcher. He leads off. Patrick Zane bats second, plays short. Luca D'Ambrosio will be batting third while playing third defensively. Joe Zane is the cleanup hitter. He plays first base. Dylan Brocate will be patrolling center field. He is batting fifth in the lineup. Henry Dye will be behind the plate as he bats sixth. Oliver Majarian will be the second baseman, batting seventh. Davis Reese bats 8th, plays left. John Stewart will be the extra hitter, batting in the 9th spot. And Will Cloud rounds out the lineup, batting 10th, playing right field. In the other dugout, the team from South Bend, East Side, their lineup reads a little something like this from head coach Quinn Shannon. Jude Smith leads off, plays center field. Andrew Overly follows him, batting second, playing right. Declan Shannon bats third, plays third. Grady Christensen will be the cleanup hitter. He will be working as the extra hitter today. Grayson Franco is behind the plate, batting fifth. Theo Hostetler will be the starting pitcher, batting sixth. Joel Rodriguez bats seventh, plays left field. Easton Scott plays second field defensively while batting eighth. Everett Harding plays first base, completing the right side of the infield. He will be batting ninth, and then Pete Felvey will be playing shortstop, batting 10th. That's how each team will be deployed in both the batting order and defensively as we take a look at the game night forecast, which is brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Today's forecast here in the late afternoon in Crown Point, it is 86 degrees and cloudy, a bit of a gloomy-looking cloudy sky as we monitor any chance of rain that could be in the forecast. We're hoping that stays away. There's a nice breeze blowing as well. If you look at the flags in the outfield blowing from right to left, winds up to 12 miles per hour in the area. So that is the game night forecast brought to you by Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. We are just about ready to play ball. East Side in the field wearing white jerseys with dark sleeves, a yellow stripe along the sleeves, black numbers on front and back. They wear black caps while we get ready for the first pitch from Hostetler to Dye, right-handed pitcher against left-handed batter. The first pitch at 2:58 is low for a ball, but we're officially underway. Unionville, they'll be wearing those navy blue jerseys with powder blue numbers on front and back. White pants complete their outfit. It looks like they're wearing powder blue caps. The 1-0 pitch curls towards left field. It will drop fair. Dye is aboard. The leadoff man reaches with a single. It was a good swing by the starting pitcher from Unionville. The left-handed batter being able to curl it towards left field. And that's a skill when you get lefties that could just drop one the other way that coaches at all levels really appreciate that type of opposite field contact. Patrick Zane will follow to bat here with a runner at first base. Nobody out. Zane bats right-handed, plays short. That's how you want to start the day, especially for Dye as the starting pitcher, leading off and then getting on base. He's racing towards second following the first pitch to Zane, and he will cruise in safely. So he swipes second, moves into scoring position. Zane is behind a 1-1 in the count after a first pitch strike from Hostetler. And for the starting pitcher from East Side, as he looks to go to the plate, as this one chopped towards third base, getting the glove on it is Shannon. He steps up, throws to first for out number one, and then scooting over to third base is Dye. So the ground out advances the runner. But a good job by Shannon fielding that sharp ground ball towards him, able to collect it, rise up, and throws over to first. So there's one out on the board, but for Hostetler working now against Luca D'Ambrosio, the third baseman. Just trying to find a way to limit the damage to just that leadoff runner if you can get those next bats in the lineup out, and especially without allowing Dye to cross the plate, who's at third base. As he gets ready for the 1-0 pitch, takes a look at the runner at third. He swings through it for strike one. So the count even at a ball and a strike. As Hostetler gets ready, kicks, goes to the plate. The 1-1 is a swinging strike, too, and certainly that helps getting ahead in the count now, being able to mix up locations a little bit and get a couple strikes and Now the pitcher could be in the driver's seat here, trying to find a way to get the second out of this inning. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Hostetler picks up his first strikeout of the ball, giving it a good time for it. There's 2 away now. And the batter will be Joe Zane playing first base today. Zane bats right-handed. We'll see if he could bring his friend Nathan Dye home. He's standing over at third base after a leadoff single. The first pitch is outside for ball 1. But for Unionville, you get the results you're hoping for with the leadoff batter, getting him on base. And they're trying to make sure he isn't left hanging there when this half inning ends. Now the 1-0. Grounded towards third base. Shannon scoops it up, recovers, throws, and that's out number 3. So the leadoff man reaches, but then 3 quick outs prevent him from scoring. We're through half an inning, getting ready to see the first at-bats from Eastside, so stick around. You're watching the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Get Pulse Technology on your team. Hit a home run with our managed print and copier services, IT and technology solutions, office furniture and design services, office supplies, scoreboards, and AV solutions.
Ripken Van Til for the win with 4 ways to save. Catch price drops on over 15,000 items and check the weekly ad for can't miss deals. Stack on the rewards program for digital coupons, points toward discounts and free products, and power up with our own brands. Keep your budget in the safety zone. Get the same great taste as national labels at lower prices. If you can't taste the difference, why pay the difference? Score big value with 4 ways to save at Ripken Van Til.
Welcome back to the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network. Need a winning formula? We have one. Region Sports is powered by Pulse Technology, the official toner provider of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. So the starting pitcher for Unionville is Nathan Dye. He throws left-handed, so he will be facing Smith, Overly, and Shannon, the first 3 out of the gates for Eastside. Eastside, in their second game of the tournament, fell 6-0 to Hawaii Kai yesterday, and that was over on this field as well. So they picked up a few hits in that game. Smith had a leadoff single. Shannon singled as well. Scott and Falvey both picked up base hits. So they'll see now if they can try to get something cooking here, trying to get their first run of the tournament. As for Unionville, this is their first game. They'll be playing 2 today, so getting the feel for playing on this diamond. And now for Eastside, you got to get adjusted to how this field plays. Maybe now you know how a ground ball is going to slide or roll. The outfield, where some of those spots you have to really make sure the ball doesn't get to are, how the gaps play and whatnot. So for Eastside, just getting that experience last night, that puts them maybe in a good spot today where you're very familiar, having played on this field once already. And then for Unionville, you're still maybe doing a little scouting on what it's like playing at this field. A very nice field here at the major field at Jerry Ross Park as the left-handed pitcher Dye gets ready to face the right-handed batter Smith. His first pitch is high for a ball. It's a turf infield and then a natural grass outfield and then a natural warning track. So you kind of get the best of both worlds with that setup. And the 1-0 is a fastball in for a strike, evening things at 1-1. Smith playing center field defensively this afternoon. Now the 1-1. He swings through it for strike 2. So Smith, the left-handed pitcher, picked up a single in the top half of this inning. Now we'll see what he can do on the mound. He kicks, goes. The 1-2 pitch is outside, so evening things up at 2-2. Smith not doing him any favors there. Did not chase after that one. So you see the lights partially taking effect as well on a cloudy day. The 2-2 pitch is low. Will go full at 3-2. But a good field here with the mentioned the hybrid turf and grass. The fence around the outfield as the 3-2 is upstairs for ball 4, so the leadoff man reaches for both teams. Smith is aboard with a walk, and now Andrew Overly will follow him. Overly playing right field and bats right-handed, but the dugouts can, as they a nice touch, are under the field a little bit. That's always fun to play on, a dugout that goes a little bit below ground. There's plenty of seating here, both bleachers and seats with the back, so it's a good complex for a ball game here, especially here at the major field, and both teams getting adjusted to playing here. Unionville from Pennsylvania, East Side from South Bend, so East Side team had a little bit shorter of a trip to make it here to Crown Point. As we've seen Smith throw over, Dye throw over to first base, checking up on Smith. The left-handed pitcher has a better perspective of those runners on first base. And now the pitch by Overly is lofted in the air, but a catch made shoulder height by Brocate for out number 1. So Overly swinging at the first pitch, got a good rip there, sent it for a ride towards center field, but it just drives directly at the center fielder. So Overly was able to, Brocate was able to charge in and made that catch. And that's just the nature of baseball sometimes. You get a really good swing on one, drive it a long distance, good speed, and then it goes right where somebody's stationed. And then sometimes you get one off the end of the bat or just above the hands that barely leaves the infield but is a tricky one to field, and that's how you reach base. It doesn't make sense sometimes, but that's just the way this sport goes. It's hard to get on base, and so sometimes you need a little fortune to go your way. The 1-0 pitch is low. The throw down towards second base. Sliding in safely is Smith. Declan Shannon, the batter now for East Side, has the count even at 1-1. As we see Henry Dye behind the plate. Another thought on him in a moment. The 1-1. This is a unique setup we have here. We have a left-handed pitcher throwing to a left-handed catcher. You don't see that too much, but I was a left-hander, played a little bit of catcher growing up, so always thought that is cool when you see somebody else doing it, especially at this level. The 1-2, so we have a left-handed battery here. That's one of those rare things in baseball for sure. As the count is even at 2-2. So Nathan Dye pitching to Henry Dye behind the plate. The batter is Declan Shannon. The 2-2 from one southpaw to another. They throw down to third base, but sliding in time is Jude Smith. So he has stolen 2 bases here in this inning, second and third. So the count goes full at 3-2. The payoff pitch lifted towards left field, racing in, making the catch is Reese. He will throw towards the plate to prevent Smith from advancing. That was a good throw by Reese in left field, being able to first make the catch and then made a accurate throw on the money to the plate to the catcher. It took a bounce, and then Dye was able to read it, but that throw prevented the runner at third base from tagging and scoring, and as it stands right now, kept a run off the board. The first pitch to Grady Christensen is inside, and it clips him. It hits him, so he is hit by a pitch. That will extend the inning. East Side now with runners at the corners. Christensen at first, Smith at third, and the batter will be Grayson Franco. So now for Dye on the mound, you have 2 outs in the inning. You allow a 2-out base runner, but there's still a variety of ways you could get this third out. The force active at second base, although we might see a stolen base attempt from Christensen. There could be a play at the plate. There's, with runners on, there are a variety of combinations for how you could get this out if the ball is put in play, or you just attack the batter at the plate. He will step up, throws over to first base, and they catch him. Wandering away from first was Christensen, and then Dye, the lefty, throws over to Zane, who tags him out for out number 3. Well done by the southpaw on the mound. He will work his way out of that situation with a no runs scored. So we are scoreless through an inning as we head to the second. You're watching the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Welcome back to the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network. We get ready to start the second inning here at Jerry Ross Park. It'll be Brocate, Dye, and Majarian to bat for Unionville. And be sure to stay connected with all things Region Sports, as we are always active on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, and at our website at regionsports.com. Celebrating over 25 years, we're proud to still be the only game in town. So some smooth defense by Unionville in the field on that pickoff by the pitcher, Dye, to throw over to first base. Took away a runner. And that left Eastside, who was threatening. They got the leadoff runner on. Then they got another. They had runners at first and third, but left them with one on base. And we stay scoreless after the first inning. Here's Dylan Brocate, who made a good catch in center field in the last half inning. Now we'll see what he can do offensively here. Brocate, the center fielder, bats right-handed against the right-handed pitcher, Hostetler. He'll kick and go to the plate. The first pitch is inside. So the count starts 1-0. The wind with a bit of a light breeze blowing in today. As the 1-0 pitch from Hostetler dots the corner for a strike, evening things at 1-1. A bit of cloudy day, but still warm conditions. Overall, a good day at the ballpark. Plenty of fans taking in all of the games active today. It's super neat to walk around as we get ready for the 1-1. As that's high for a ball, 2-1, but seeing all the activity at all the different diamonds. The teams that aren't playing, watching the games, that might be their next opponent or a team they're going to have to see later on, or just checking out all of the baseball games taking place today, and just a lot of activity here in the group stage. The 2-1 is low for a ball. We make it a 3-1 count, so certainly everywhere you look, there's something happening here at this park. It's been fun to see just all the different representatives, all the players and families wearing the different caps and jerseys and spirit wear. It's a really cool atmosphere here for this tournament. The 3-1 is called strike 2, so we'll go full to Brocate. That's the fun thing. Either all these different tournaments we're fortunate to cover is seeing the sportsmanship, the camaraderie of the players that aren't playing, but watching the games that are taking place currently. The 3-2 is high for ball 4. It's a leadoff walk.
Now batting, number 23, catcher Henry Dye.
Which makes it so much neater when you see somebody do a cool play and you see the other teams in the stands cheering on that player. And that's kind of the spirit of the competition here. It's certainly every team wants to win, but you're also cheering on your fellow ball players here at this stage. It's a great experience getting to play in a big event like this. The batter now, Henry Dye, the catcher from Unionville. He bats left-handed. And the pitcher throws over to first base. Sliding back headfirst in time is Brocate. Hostetler looks over to the runner who shuffles out to a lead. Brocate at first base. Pitcher out of the stretch, goes to the plate, showing bunt was Dye. The throw down to second base, but safe is Brocate. So he moves into scoring position. The pitch was a strike to Dye, by the way, so the count starts 0-1. We see Henry Dye working defensively as the catcher, and now batting here with a chance to bring the runner in scoring position home. Brocate steps out to a lead at second base. The pitch from Hostetler. Skipped towards the mound. Hostetler flashes the glove and throws over to first base for the out. Nice play there by the pitcher from East Side. Hostetler had to charge in on that one, dropped down to the turf, and then kind of pounced up and threw over to first base for the out. And now Oliver Majarian will bat here. Majarian, the second baseman, works right-handed with a runner at third base. That's Brocate. Hostetler gets a look at him from the mound, throws to the plate. That pitch bounces in towards the backstop, but the catcher, Franco, tracks it down, throws to the pitcher, so preventing anything from happening at the plate there. And good recovery by Franco, and especially now, having played at this ballpark yesterday, you know how the backstop's going to play, how the ball might carom off of it. It's brick back there, so that might be different than a chain link fence or different types of backstops you have. The 1-0. Bouncer towards second base. Scott handles, throws to first. There's an out, but the run will score. Brocate crosses the plate. So Unionville on the board. Majarian grounds out, but he brings in a friend. It's now a 1-0 game, and the batter will be Davis Reese. And a good job by Scott to handle that one there, knowing that you probably won't be able to make the play at the plate there, so just make the safe play and throw to first to at least record an out there, and then you'll try to get your bats back up to try to answer for that run. But sometimes when you rush and try to force that throw at home, everybody might end up being safe, so just take the smart out there and get the runner at first. The count is 1-0 to Reese. He plays left field today. The pitch from Hostetler is away for a ball, makes it a 2-0 count. Two balls, no strikes to Reese. Bases are empty now with two away. Hostetler's pitch. It's in the zone, so it's a strike. Makes it a 2-1 look. Hostetler at the mound after allowing the one run. We'll see if he could just get this next out, and he'll be on deck when we return in the bottom of the inning. This one elevated foul, but towards the bleachers and out of play. So now twos across the board here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Franco, as he was the batter up when the runner was thrown out in the first inning. But Franco, Hostetler, and Rodriguez due up for East Side when we do reach the bottom of the second inning. The 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3. That's how the inning will end. Unionville gets a run across the plate. We will head to the bottom of the second inning to see how East Side responds. Unionville leads 1-0. You're watching the 2026 Cal Ripken 11U World Series on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowd Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers 4 Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it. The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship, the best hands in the business.
Welcome back to the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series right here on the Region Sports Network. Bottom of the second inning, Unionville leads over Eastside 1-0. Crispy, golden, award-winning flavor, Strachan Van Til's fried chicken is voted best in the region. Perfect for any party. Skip the stress and serve the best. Order today at strachanvantil.com. It will be Franco, Hostetler, and Rodriguez to bat for Eastside here, facing Nathan Dye on the mound as he goes through his final warm-up tosses. Unionville picked up a run in the top half of this inning. Now we'll see how they defend that lead. Franco was the catcher defensively, was the batter when the runner was picked off in the last at-bats for Eastside. So he gets another look at Dye, and that's touched on that a couple times yesterday when a runner was thrown out to end an inning as Dye kicks and goes to the plate. But you almost get a do-over here. The count resets back to square one, and the first pitch is a ball. But so you saw the pitcher once already without technically recording an official at-bat, so you could make an adjustment if you need to. He sends that one foul down the third base line. It broke foul before the base, so I just got that one above the hands a little bit early on it, so the count evens at 1-1 after that foul ball. But nonetheless, still able to make contact. Now he'll see if he can get the timing correct here and drive it in play. The 1-1. A fastball just high for ball two. The 2-1. Sent foul to the backstop. The netting above evens the count at 2-2. So Dye working against Franco. We saw Franco on the mound at one point yesterday in the loss to Hawaii. He recorded 3 strikeouts. The 2-2. Hooks foul into the concourse just beyond the bleachers near those trees on the right side of the stadium here. So the count remains where it was, 2-2. But Franco able to battle away a 2-strike pitch. Stays alive at the plate. Dye kicks, goes to the plate. The 2-2. This one is cued towards second base, where backpedaling and making the catch is Majarian in shallow right field. So Franco got that one off the end of the bat, and it continued to rise towards the right field area. It was the second baseman, Oliver Majarian, who was able to go back on it and made the catch. Good communication between Majarian at second and Cloud in right field. Especially at this level, it's important to communicate and talk to avoid a collision or in some cases the ball just dropping between both fielders. Somebody has to be decisive and make the catch as Hostetler wastes no time, takes the first pitch and drills it into center field for a one-out single. So the pitcher from Eastside gets on base with a good swing there on the first pitch he saw from his counterpart. Now Joel Rodriguez will bat here with 1 on and 1 away here in the last of the second inning. Unionville making their first game in this tournament here against Eastside, who dropped one to Hawaii Kai yesterday. Dye throws over to first base, and you have to think after the first inning, everybody in the Eastside dugout is aware, hey, we have a left-handed pitcher on the mound, and he's already thrown out one runner. You have to be careful of that move. Now Dye goes to the plate, sends a fastball just away for a ball. So the count goes 1-1, so you have to be careful with your leads at first base, knowing what Dye can do on the hill. The count is 1-1 to 1-0, to Rodriguez. So Rodriguez looking to make something happen here with a friend on base. The 1-0 pitch. High and away. We go 2-0. Dye, the catcher behind the plate, paying attention to what the runner at first base is doing, anticipating that maybe he would steal. 2 balls and no strikes to the left fielder, Rodriguez. That fastball is in the zone for a strike. Dye throws over to first base. Hostetler hustling towards second. Now he's caught in a rundown. They play catch, and he gets back to first in time. So Hostetler, nearly caught in that spot with the pickoff move, made the decision to go for second, and Unionville threw it around a little bit and gave Hostetler a window to get back to first safe. So a close call for Hostetler, but he was able to stay composed and remains active on the bases, back to first base, right where he started. As the count is 2-1, now they throw over again. This time Hostetler dives back before having to get in the rundown, but the count, 2 balls and a strike. Dye looks towards the plate, kicks, goes. Now Hostetler's running for second. Dye throws down to short, and safe is the runner. Hostetler takes second. After a few throws over to first base, Hostetler eventually finds an opportunity to swipe second. Now with the count 3-1, Rodriguez now has a chance to potentially walk and join Hostetler on the base paths. Here's the 3-1. It is upstairs for ball 4. That's a walk for Rodriguez. 2 on and 1 away for East Side, and the batter will now be Easton Scott. Scott looking to see if he can impact the game with his team trailing by a run. He's got the go-ahead run on base. Trying to take things one pitch at a time as Dye. That's a balk. Dye twisted, turned, looked to second base, but not within the rules there. So the balk will advance both runners. Now both runners in scoring position. Hostetler at third and Rodriguez at second. The first pitch to Scott off the end of the bat, curling high and into the tree along the right field line. Foul for strike 1. So the balk makes things a little bit trickier for Dye on the mound with runners at second and third. Here's the 0-1. Is high. We go even, 1 apiece. Now for Scott, though, that balk helped him out, as if he could get one to the outfield, especially into the gaps, he could bring both runners home. This one just above the hands, poked towards first base. Charging in is Zane. He tosses over to Majarian at the second baseman who covered the bag. And no, the runner was safe at first. Hold on here. Okay, the runner was out at first base. He was staying at first, maybe trying to make his case, hoping with then the throw to third base, if I stay here long enough, maybe they'll let me take away that out. But no, he was out. That's what I thought. So Scott grounds out. The runners do not advance. And that was a good job by the the first baseman to go in and get that one. That one just above the fists gets jabbed towards first base, so Zane had to race in and get to it, and the second baseman, Majarian, had a heads-up play. That's his play to cover the bag, and he did to get the out, and then he threw over to third base, but those guys got back to their respective bases in time. The count quickly 0-2 with 2 away to Everett Harding playing first base today. So Harding looking for a way to keep this rally going with 2 in scoring position. The next pitch is high, makes it a 1-2 count. Runners at second and third. Harding trying to bring them home with his team chasing a run. Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So Dye is able to walk the tightrope and get out of that jam, leaving 2 runners stranded in scoring position. We are through 2 here. Unionville leads over Eastside 1-0. You're watching the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Athletic Performance Factory in Highland, Indiana, we push you to be bigger, faster, stronger, more explosive. Challenge every muscle with our cutting-edge sand speed and agility training. Build rock-solid strength and core stability to dominate on game day. Rent our full-size outdoor turf field for team workouts and practices. Improve your swing, boost your field skills, and protect your arm with expert one-on-one baseball and softball training built around you. We develop the entire athlete, mentally and physically. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made.
You ready?
future starts
here.
Welcome back to the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network. As we get ready to start the third inning, it'll be Stewart, Cloud on the top of the order, Dye up to bat for Unionville. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Crowell Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Crowell Companies proud to recognize the superheroes on the diamond. So Theo Hostetler stays in the game to pitch. Hostetler singled, made it as far as third base, but did not score in the last half inning. He's looking to try to put another 0 on the board after he did a good job of bouncing back after that run scored in the last inning, but to prevent Unionville from adding any more. Here's John Stewart, the extra hitter batting for Unionville. He bats right-handed. First pitch from Hostetler speeds in for a strike. Hostetler's 0-1 is low and away, makes it even at 1 apiece. Unionville leads by a run, trying to add to that. They scored in their last at-bats. It was Dylan Brocate responsible for that run. Now the 1-1 pitch bounces the catcher for a ball. The count increases to 2 balls and a strike. Hostetler gets ready, kicks, goes to the plate. His 2-1 pitch finds part of the zone for strike 2. Starting that third inning now, facing the bottom of the lineup now, almost making a complete trip through the order. The 2-2 finds the corner for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Hostetler. He retired Reese to end the second inning. Now Stewart to start the third. And Will Cloud, the right fielder, bats for Unionville. Cloud, the 10th batter in the lineup, so the top of the order, due up next. The lights starting to really take effect over the field as in late afternoon here, but the cloudy sky impacting things. Cloud lifts one to second base, and the catch is made by Scott. So a fly out by Cloud is out number 2. And the top of the order returns up Nathan Dye. Dye will bat here. He singled, advanced to third base, but would not score in the first inning. We'll see what Dye can do here in his second at bat. So Hostetler now faced every batter in the lineup, and now that second trip through the lineup. The chance for adjustments to be made by both teams. And it looks like we have a lightning delay. That is the case, a lightning delay. So everybody ordered off the field. We will go into a delay due to the weather, and we'll be sure to provide updates as soon as we have them. Not sure the exact protocol, but we'll relay that at some point. And we'll keep you updated. Currently, we are in the top of the third inning. Unionville leads over East Side 1-0. You are watching the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Welcome back to Region Sports Network's coverage of the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series as we are updating from the major field here at Jerry Ross Park in the game between Eastside and Unionville that was halted due to weather around 3:36. We are here, a couple hours later as the status has changed. We've got word that our game will be completed at a different diamond, at Diamond A, following the completion of the game they have going on there. So we'll be back with the conclusion of this game eventually as we get things sorted out. But for now, this stream will end. We will pick it up somewhere down the road and hopefully provide more updates as we get closer to that. But until then, we will sign off and thank everyone involved with this portion of the broadcast. To our management team at Region Sports, led by executive producer Chris Ramirez, Rich Castillo, and Mike Dewan. To our broadcast crew, Zach Zanelli, producing and running things, and Israel Cuellar doing a great job on camera, tracking down all the action. He's had a very busy day, so appreciative of all he's provided today. And to the coaches from each side, Jeffrey Dye from Unionville and Quinn Shannon from Eastside, and special thanks to all of the folks from the Crown Point Cal Ripken crew, to tournament director Adam Whitehouse and the many tournament volunteers, and to the viewers at regionsports.com, YouTube/Region Sports, Facebook/Region Sports Nation. Again, we will be back later at a time to be determined sometime this evening with the completion of this game. We're just going to switch fields and for housekeeping purposes, just wrapping up this broadcast before starting the next few innings on a different stream. But we'll just stay posted to the Region Sports outlets, Facebook and YouTube, and we'll have the next stream up eventually and get things started there. So this is Leo Staudaher thanking you for watching coverage of the 2026 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Coverage of the 11U Cal Ripken World Series is made possible by Blue Crew, for all of your umpire needs. Pulse Technology, leading the way in technological innovation for over 70 years. Strack & Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn. Visit Michigan City LaPorte. Closer than you think, better than you imagine. Ironworkers Local 395. Proud to be union. Crowell Insurance Company, the insurance superheroes. Bricklayers Local 4, the best hands in the business. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made. Diamond Plate Eatery and Pub, eat, drink, play. IBEW Local 697, proud to support high school sports. American Testing Services, America's trusted name in NDT. Public Bar and Rec, make it public. Station 21 American Grill, eat, drink, relax. You're watching the 11U Cal Ripken World Series on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.